the Para 3 lightweight. I really wanted to like this knife. I got it. I was really excited. And then I felt it. And it just felt weird. I can't get past it. I've been looking at the Para 3, actually the Para 2s for a while. Just seemed really, really big. And then I saw the Para 3 come out, and I thought, wow, this is great. Smaller size and everything. It was just a little bit too expensive. And I don't know. I just could never pull the trigger on it. And I don't think they had an all-black version of the Para 3. They had the black blade, but the camo handle, which is cool, but it's like $150. And, you know, my limit is sort of a little over 100, 120 maybe. That's just a tad outside my budget. So then Spyderco started coming out with these lightweight versions. These the handle, you know, FRN has been around for a while, and it feels different, and it sounds different. Look at that. You can hear it. You can hear it. It's loud. And it feels like cheap plastic. I know it's not. I know my eyes tell me it's not after reading on the forums, and FRN on the Delica Wave. This kind of feel. I had a knife once from, I think I bought it at a gas station or something. It was horrible. It was like $2, and the plastic felt exactly as this one feels. And maybe it's just a personal thing for me. When I feel it and I hear it, I just think of that knife and what a piece of crap that thing was. It's expensive. This thing was it 112, and it, you know, on paper it really checks all the boxes for me. It's light, EDC, perfect. The weight, it, you know, honestly, it might even be a little too light for its size. It just feels weird. It feels like it's all blade, and the handle is just going to crack if I drop it. It feels that way. I know it. I know, you know, you don't hear people breaking these things. Deep-ish carry clip. I'm a deep carry snob. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know. Need more. I got a fever and I need more deep carry. Deep carry is the only prescription. It's you know, it's not completely deep. It's going to rise a little bit above your pocket. Sorry, I should have cut my nails a little bit more. It's going to rise a little bit. I don't like anything poking out of my pants. I don't want to advertise, especially when I'm at work. The wire clip, my first wire clip, I kind of like it. It is really easy to get in and out of your pocket. Super easy. I hate when you're trying to get your knife and your pants bunching up on the pocket, and you gotta like have to like, you know. So this one goes in really, really smooth, and I never noticed, I don't know if this is a design thing, but the handle kind of moves around on you. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. I kind of like it because, you know, if you rub into something like your car or whatever, your seatbelt, it'll kind of give a little bit, but it kind of pivots there. Interesting. Very interesting. It's deep enough for me, but I really wish it was deep, deep, deep carry. All right. No sharpening choil. I love that, and it's kind of rare for some reason. My bug out, it's the one thing that keeps my bug out from being a 5-star knife, is that sharpening choil. This guy doesn't have it. You know, trying to cut a plastic bag and it gets caught in that. You just end up ripping the bag instead of cutting it. I hate it, and my bug out, everything gets caught in that sharpening choil. It's huge. Same with my Kalashnikov. It's so deep that everything, you know, you're trying to cut rope and it gets stuck, and you just, I hate it. I wish it didn't exist, and I wish more knife manufacturers eliminated the sharpening choil. I hate it. So Spyderco, most of their knives do not have it, and I love it. I'm also a fan of this blade shape. Really, really like it a lot. The leaf shape and the flat grind. Really cool. There's a million reviews on this knife, and I'm sure you've seen and heard all of it before. But, you know, all black. I love it. Again, black clip. I don't want anything shiny, reflective. I don't want any advertising. And easy close, which, you know, it's the 1 star off of this. It's not, I really shouldn't take a star off because it's not a flaw. It's just blockbacks are really hard to close one-handed. I usually end up turning it around, hitting the button, and pressing on my leg and putting it in my pocket. So, but really strong. It's just probably the one knife that I have that truly does not have any play whatsoever. Thanks to that lockback design. Super thin too. But that's a sacrifice. Just not easy to close. This guy, super easy to close with the compression lock. My first compression lock too. Where this knife kind of falls short for me, other than the odd feeling handle and the weight, maybe a little too light, this pivot screw here. So there's only 1 washer in here, I think on the right side. The rest is just rubbing on plastic. And when the problem is that if in order to get this knife to work the way you want, where it's nice and loose, easy to flick open, and when you hit the compression lock, the knife falls out. This one does a little bit, but when it came, it was so loose that you would just hit this and the knife would just swing like a pendulum. It's tight now, and it's as tight as I can get where there is actually still play in here. You can hear it maybe. That's the play in there. You know, I see it all the time. Everyone, 0 play any way, up, down, left, right. There's no way you can get 0 play on these types of knives. There's always a compromise. The only way you can get 0 play is if you crank this thing down, but then it's going to be really tough to close. You're not going to be able to close it one-handed. Even this is a little bit tough. I really have to work on it. It's just not going to happen. So this is as tight as I can get where there's minimal play. I could still open it easily and close it one-handed. And I think a lot of that has to do with the 1 washer on the side. I greased it up, as you could see. There's a little bit of tough glide in there. And, you know, just to kind of smooth it out a little bit, but it's still really tough. And I just don't like the action. It feels really cheap, especially for the price you paid. You know, if this was $30, I'd keep it totally, but I'm not going to keep this guy. I feel bad too, because it really it checks all the boxes here. You know, I love this guy more and more every day. I carry it on me all the time. It's not easy to close, and it's not deep carry by far. It's really not, but just the ease of getting this thing out of your pocket. I use it around the house doing chores. You're up on a ladder, you have gloves on. I don't want to be fumbling with opening this one-handed, or, you know, even my spring-assisted knives, you know, it's still that extra step. This thing, it's open the minute it comes out of your pocket. I love it. It's so handy. I wanted something smaller to kind of, you know, walk around with. And I was looking at the Little Native and the Manix 2. I have a Manix 2 coming in the mail. So, you know, this guy it's a good all-around size, but I just couldn't find a place for where this would fit in my collection. I couldn't find a need that wasn't already being met by the tons of other knives that I have. So, yeah, that's pretty much, that kind of sums it up for this guy. I would probably go with the regular Para 2 over the Para 3 over this lightweight version, because it's, you know, it's going to be the same blade, but it's going to have that quality feel, that ruggedness, and it's going to feel a lot nicer in my hand with the G10 scales. So yeah, that's my take on it. I know this is probably going to rub people the wrong way because this is such a huge hit. Everyone loves this thing. All right, thanks for watching.